Today we're going to talk about 1 Corinthians. And Paul says in 1 Corinthians, remember who you were when you were called, that not many of you were noble, not many of you were strong, but you were weak. And God chose the lowly things of the world and the weak things of the world to shame the strong. Now Jesus also told a story about a humble man and a proud man. Is this man proud or is this man humble?
That man is not humble.
He is not humble. He is proud. He's saying, look at me. I'm so spiritual. I'm such a good Christian. I'm better than everyone else. Is that being humble? What about this man over here? Is this man being humble? Yes, this man is being humble. He knows who he is and he says, Dear God, I'm a sinner. Please forgive me. And see how he's kind of looking down and praying? He's being humble. Now, one of the most humble people in the whole world, the Bible says, is Moses. And if you look at this picture, you can see that Moses is being humble. How can you tell that he's being humble right here? You can tell he's being humble because God has given him the 10 Commandments right here, and he is kneeling down and being humble before God. That's one way that we can show that we're humble, is by kneeling down before God. And Moses was, it says that Moses was the most humble man on the whole earth. Let's look at that picture again. We see Moses, here he is, he's kneeling down. You can see he's kneeling right here and he's being humble. Is this man humble? No, he's not being humble. He's saying, look at me, God. I'm better than anyone else. I'm such a good person. I give money away. I help people. Look at me, 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 me. Is that being humble? That's not being humble at all. Now look at this man. Is this man being humble? Yes, he's being humble. See how he's bowing over before God and he's saying, Dear God, I come to you a sinner and nothing else. I am bowing down before you, and that's humble. And that's why Paul says in 1 Corinthians, that man is humble. And that's why God says in 1 Corinthians to remember who you were when you were called, because God chose you when you were weak. And even though you were weak, He still called you so that He could be praised and that no one could boast and brag and be proud before God.